Now, apparently, word on the street is that the rest of the cast of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, except for Anna Marie Wiley and Crystal Kong-Minkoff, as we know, they both have been let go. Everyone else has a contract at this point to negotiate, except for Dorit. Is she being fired? Is she being demoted to a friend of? Let's talk about it. And is the timing right now? Is this the right timing for it or not? Because I have some thoughts on it. So this is according to Reality Blurb. It says Dorit Kemsley is reportedly the sole remaining cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills who is still waiting for their contract for the upcoming 14th season. Following the recent exits of Crystal Kong-Minkoff and Anna Marie Wiley, a report claims Dorit, whose husband Paul P.K. Kemsley was recently dealt with the cancellation of his own series, has yet to be renewed for the new episodes. She's the last cast member waiting for confirmation to return, and casting are not sure if they want her back, a source told The Zone on Instagram on April 18th. Her return is on a knife's edge. They've also discussed demoting her, but it's not clear that what they want to do right now. As Dorit reportedly awaits the news of whether or not she'll be returning to The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, her husband's real estate series, Selling Super Houses, has been canceled. On April 18th, National World confirmed that Channel 4 canned the competition show just after one season, noting that the program had first held the 9 p.m. time slot before being moved to 10 p.m. and then 11 p.m. Again, this show aired in the UK. London-born property magnate Paul Kemsley, nicknamed PK, has returned from Beverly Hills to London with one mission in mind: to take over the capital's super prime property market with the help of some new agents, read a description of the series when it first released. Now, I didn't watch the show, but I'm guessing it probably would have fared better if it was more about PK's personal life. Maybe if Dorit was on it, maybe if it was a little bit more salacious. I don't know if people are really going to PK to flip houses on a competition show. I don't know. I didn't watch. Following the initial news of the series, PK denied he would be modeling the format of The Apprentice, saying, "I actually want to do the total opposite of The Apprentice. I find that saying 'you're fired' was very harsh and very 80s. Bloop." He also shared a post on Instagram about the show. "Guys, I'm opening an estate agency in London," PK announced in April of 2021. "For those of you that don't know, I operated globally in real estate for 25 years. I've had 11 years off, and now I'm going back to work." A major TV network in the UK has signed a cover of this new business as a constructed reality series. "All my friends will be involved, but I have an issue. I want different. I don't want your typical agent, corduroy trousers, old-fashioned views. I want different," he declared. Dun, 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 dun. Now, this is the thing. This is my big question about whether or not the producers should bring Dorit back. To be honest with you, I think the producers are way off with their timing of firing Dorit. Way off with their timing. If they wanted to fire Dorit, now is not the time. They should have been fired Dorit. Dorit could have been fired the last 3 seasons. I think the first season she came on the show, she was a vibe. After that, it was kind of hit or miss. She became, once she separated from Lisa Vanderpump with the whole Puppygate takedown, she basically just became a puppet for Kyle Richards via Lisa Rinna. Other than that, Dorit has given nothing. She's boring. She's flat. She has microaggressions. She tries to bring it at the reunion, but that always fails. I think that this is the wrong time. But with that being said, I think this is the wrong time to fire Dorit. Right now is the time where she's actually interesting. But with that being said, only if they're actually willing to put her and Kyle to task. What I mean by that is they should bring Dorit back for this season if they make Dorit and Kyle talk about the Mauricio cheating allegations in a real, authentic way. Not this like, oh my God, these weird trolls online, Uncle Mo, Aunt Kyle, we're so close. No, I want the nitty gritty. Like, was there a fight? Was there a confrontation? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Did something happen between Mauricio and Dorit? Is that the real reason why Kyle has now fallen out with Dorit and doesn't want to be her friend anymore? And basically was like, I don't really know her like that. Our friendship, she exaggerates our friendship. Is that why Mauricio and PK had their own falling out and wasn't really being friends anymore, other than they're like, once in a while doing boys' night on the show? But like Dorit said, that Mauricio and PK weren't even really rocking like that. And they were like the best of buds. They had a whole bromance going. To be honest with you, Mauricio was supposed to do the reality show that just got canceled, that we just talked about with PK. Mauricio was supposed to partner with PK on that reality show, but Mauricio dropped PK, and instead he did Buying Beverly Hills on Netflix. So that business partnership dissolved, and then their friendship dissolved. And so now, and then we see at the reunion, we see that Dorit and Kyle were beefing. They were going at it. They were not friends. You could tell that there was bad blood between the two of them. Dorit is trying to save her diamond. She's exposing Kyle's text messages, and baked in those text messages, that's the juice. Because basically what the text really said, I didn't think it was Kyle trying to manipulate Dorit into silence. I didn't buy that narrative that Dorit was trying to sell. No, thank you, ma'am. Basically what Kyle said was, these producers, these people, they don't really know what's really been going on in our friendship. So I'm just making sure that we're going to keep it that way at the reunion. That's basically what Kyle was saying. She was like, I already got enough on my plate. I got to talk about Mauricio. I got to talk about Morgan. I got to go after Sutton, blah, blah, blah. She's basically like, I got enough on my plate. I'm just checking in to make sure that I'm still lying about the state of our friendship and you're still lying about the state of our friendship. That's really what Kyle said. She wasn't trying to manipulate Dorit into silence. She was basically just confirming, you're still fronting, I'm still fronting, because I don't want to have an issue with you because I got enough to deal with. But since Dorit had nothing to do, she had no storyline, she had no juice other than being read for filth by by Garcelle every other second. That was basically Dorit's entire storyline, was just being read by filth by Garcelle. She should be thanking Garcelle for giving her relevancy, because other than that, what did Dorit have going on? Nobody's buying the PSSD storyline. Nobody cares. Her own husband was like, this is ridiculous. PK was like, this is ridiculous. Your own husband says that. Hello, we're not buying it. Nobody's buying it. She didn't have anything going on. So because Dorit had literally nothing to give at the reunion, of course she's going to be like, take these text messages from Kyle. She's trying to silence me because this is the thing. She ate Kyle when she said, I know your nature, that because I said something you didn't like, you are now punishing me. She ate Kyle with that one, because that is true. That is Kyle's nature. You're not a yes person to Kyle. She will punish you. She will do a smear campaign. She will get people to go against you on her behalf. For example, Anne-Marie Wiley going after Sutton, going after Crystal. For example, she gets Teddy Mellencamp to go after LVP, to go after other people. If you say something Kyle doesn't like, she will punish you. She will. So she ate her up with that. But that was because Dorit was really, fighting for her life. She's trying to keep that diamond. So if producers were smart, this is the actual time when they actually should keep Dorit, because they either should have fired her 3 seasons ago or every other season since her first season, but this is the one season they actually should keep her. So I'm confused who's doing casting and producing over there, because they're getting their timelines mixed up. This is the one season you should keep Dorit, but you have to stay on her neck to keep the truth coming out, right? Because if I am the producer, I'm going to go to Kyle, I'm going to go to Dorit and say, well, what did you mean, Kyle, when you said that we don't know the truth about what's going on in your friendship? What do you mean? Because, yeah, you guys were talking about, kind of being busy and, Kyle with Morgan, but they didn't really give any juice as to why they were on the outs. And they didn't really expose how far gone their friendship is, except for throwing shade in confessional and throwing shade in press interviews, after the series is already airing. But in actual scenes, they didn't really give the depth of the beef between the two of them, because it is very clear Kyle and Dorit have a very deep beef right now. They both said they haven't even spoken since the taping of the reunion. That is the juice I want to see next season. I want to see Kyle and Mauricio and Dorit and PK really duke it out over these cheating allegations. That is gold. And we're just going to pretend like that never happened? I want Kyle and Dorit to duke it out over the true demise of their friendship. What really happened? What's really good? What's really going on? So to me, I'm confused as to why casting thinks now is the time to fire Dorit. If Dorit ever had relevancy, it's now. If she ever had a storyline, it's now. But with that being said, it's truly only if her and Kyle and PK and Mauricio and Erica and whoever else actually knows what's going on, because I think Erica knows way more than she's saying. Sutton probably does too. Garcelle probably does too. They all know way more than what they're saying, right? But only if they're going to come real with it. Truly show us what's going on. Not just stupid shade in confessionals and stupid shade on your Amazon Live feeds. When the cameras are up, show me what's good. Because there's a lot of juice between these two couples. There's a lot of juice between these two women. And this is such a missed opportunity. Because if you were going to fire Dorit, you should have been fired her. You should have been fired her. But now you're going to fire her when she actually has some good juice, especially because the juice and the beef is with Kyle. And as we know, Kyle has really, the tide has turned for her. We all are like, bye, oh, Kyle, goodbye, Kyle. We're seeing her for the producer on the side she is. We're seeing her for the hypocrite that she is. She makes everybody else talk about their families and their marriages. She doesn't care about how it affects their children. But yet when it comes to her life and her business, it's nobody's effing business, right? And they're all attacking her and coming after her. But no, sweetheart, nobody's attacking you and coming after you. They're doing their job. You see this camera crew? You see the $100 million family empire you and Mauricio built over the last decade, more than a decade? Yeah, all of that is because that you're on a reality TV show. So nobody's coming for you. Nobody's attacking you. And at this point, it is our effing business because us, the viewers, have given you $100 million. That's how much her and Mauricio allegedly are worth. When you came on the show, you didn't really have much. Fast forward 13 years, now you and Mauricio have amassed over $100 million in money and property and assets. So yeah, it is our effing business. Unless you want to give me back some of that $100 million, I will happily mind my business, Kyle. If you want to give me back some of that money you got, give me one of your homes in Aspens. Give me some of your Birkin bags. Give me some of all the money you got. Then I will happily mind my business. But until then, if you're going to be on my TV screen and if you're going to amass $100 million family fortune, it is our effing business. So, girl, bye. Bye. Miss me with that. Whew. So, with that being said, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it is time for the producers and casting to fire or demote Dorit because she doesn't give? Or are you more thinking like me, this is the one time they should actually keep her, but only if she really brings it and her and Kyle have to really square up, not in a dark way, not in a malicious way, not in like a takedown evil way, but in a way that's, you guys have been playing in our faces season after season. It's time to be real. It's time to show us what's really going on. It's time to talk about the issues, not in a dark way, but in a stop playing in our faces type of way. Bring us the juice, bring us the tea. What's good? What's really, really good. So let me know what you guys think. Is it time for her to go no matter what? Or let's keep her, but she has to bring it. And the same goes for Kyle. If they've given Kyle a contract at this point, if she comes back, she needs to bring it too. Because I'm tired of her playing in our faces. I'm tired of her lying. I'm tired of her being two-faced and being hypocritical. So Kyle, you're also on notice. You're also on notice, right? Okay. So with that, you guys, let me know what you guys think. Be sure to put it down and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. All right. Now let's move on to our next story. So this one is all about new details about why Crystal Kalminkoff was fired. And then also insiders claim that she's devastated by the news, which I'm sure